Hello and welcome back everybody to the August seasonal report for Simplexity Analytics. This month we don't have any commodities that are the most bullish, but we do have 6 that are the most bearish, and that's the live cattle, crude oil, copper. We have 3 currencies, the Australian dollar, the British pound, and the Mexican peso. This month we're going to cover the live cattle market, British pound, and every month we do the S&P E-minis, and then gold and bonds will also be available on our website. First up, we'll have a look at the live cattle market. Down here at the bottom, we have our seasonal indicator in blue, and we have marked off with vertical lines August of each year. So we see the first week or so of August has been flat these 3 years, followed by a big decline. But if we look at the price of the last 2 years has not followed the seasonal. We see August here has actually increased, and we see August here has increased. Where is August going to be this year? Well, we don't know. But what we do know is that live cattle has been in a very long bull run. This is dating back pretty much a year ago that this bull market started. Now, bull markets tend not to just reverse on a dime just because seasonals say so, but we're going to keep a watch on it anyways. The live cattle heat map shows what we just saw with the seasonal indicator. We see the beginning of the month has some greens here with some reds mixed in. That's going to cause a little bit of a flat area at the beginning. And then we see it really decline heading into the month, and that's where all these red numbers are. So for live cattle, really start looking for bearish short positions in the 3rd week of August, and especially towards the end of the month as well. The British pound has a lot of similarities to the live cattle market that we just went over. You see at the beginning of August, where these vertical lines are, we see a slight uptick to a reasonably moderate flat zone, followed by a big decline heading in and through August of these years. And also we see that the British pound has been in a big rally for the better part of this year and going back into last fall. And again, are these big rallies going to all of a sudden turn around because the seasonal indicator says it's going to? No, they're not. But it's a bearish area, and we want to be prepared for the eventuality that the market does turn. The heat map for the British pound shows a lot of red. Once we get past the first week that has that mixture of reds and greens, which causes that neutral area during that first week, we get into the 2nd week with a ton of dark reds, both vertically and horizontally across these columns and rows. And that's what we want to look for, these clusters. And we also have a good follow through into the next week with more red followed by dark red in 3 columns horizontally. And then the week after that, we have that again. We have horizontal columns of dark red, including this holiday column. This is days prior to Labor Day. So generally, it's a very bearish month for the entire month once we get through that first week for the British pound. And finally, as we do every month, we will look at the S&P E-minis in this video, regardless of how bullish or bearish the month happens to be. And in this case, August is a very neutral month for the E-minis. We have it marked off as the 6th most bullish month of the year, or depending on how you look at it, that could also be the 7th most bearish. So that means it's a neutral month. And that is bared out in the numbers as well. It has a 58% winning percentage and has only made $3,500 over 20 plus years of this back study. And if we look at the indicator, basically in the month of August, it sees a decline followed by a marginal rally, a little bit of a decline, a little bit of a rally, a little bit of a decline, a little bit of a rally is what we're proposing for this month ahead as well. Okay, here's the S&P E-mini heat map for August. And this is a perfect example of why a heat map is a much better example of seasonality than a simple seasonal indicator on a chart. Because remember how S&P E-minis was considered a neutral month because it had a modest winning percentage and a pretty minuscule $3,500 net profit. But if you break the month up into 2 segments, you have the first week of the month as very bearish, and we have a very bullish end of the month. So you can work this market from both sides at 2 different times of the month. The beginning of the month has very high winning percentages on the short side, 90 plus, and some very good dollar values. And then we get down here to the The week from August 21st to 25th, we have a lot of bright greens, a lot of high winning percentages and dollar values, and we also have 5-day holds coming in near the end of the month. The last week has 5-day holds that are the best of the entire year. So at the end of the month, get very bullish on the E-minis. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you're notified on our next videos. Simplexity Analytics, making complex trading simple.